Hey Insurance, it's Amy Waninger again, filling in for Tony Cañas while he's on vacation. And I wanted to share with you a little bit more about my CPCU journey. I told you in a previous episode that Mike K was the reason that I doubled down on my involvement in CPCU Society. And now I want to tell you the rest of that story. So when I attended the annual meeting in 2016 in Hawaii, that was my own conferment. And it was the first time I'd ever been to a conference, and I was so nervous about going because networking to me kind of felt like a dirty word. It felt very salesy and schmoozy and not at all like anything I wanted to be a part of. And keep in mind, I had been in my career 20 years at this point, so this wasn't new news, right? Like I knew how to network. I just had never done it at a conference. And so when I went to the conference, I had a goal because I had to gamify it for myself. And so the goal that I set for myself was that I would help 3 people every day at the conference. And the first day, it was really simple stuff, like someone asked a question in a session, and I found her afterward and said, there's a book that I think you might enjoy. And I recommended the book to her. And in another instance, there was a speaker who was asking people to interact with her from this, she was on the stage and she was asking people in the audience to interact. And I didn't know her and I didn't know much about her topic, but I could see no one was interacting and it was getting a little uncomfortable for her. So I went to the microphone and asked a question and responded to a couple of questions. And it kind of got the ball rolling in the room so that more people felt comfortable coming forward after someone sort of broke the ice. And she and I met afterwards and became great friends. And her name is Kathleen Windsor Games, and she is a wonderful coach and consultant, fantastic trainer. And so she and I have become really good friends in the last 3 years, mostly because of that one moment. Another thing I did was I helped some people who were presenting and they needed their handouts organized, and I helped them organize their handouts. So I started off really, really simple, but by the end of that conference, I had really made some good connections. And what I wanted to share with you is you don't have to be an extrovert to network at events. If you are the kind of person who stands back and waits for other people to draw you in and waits for other people to notice you, that's okay. You can still do amazing networking at conferences, at networking events, at meetups, company meetings, wherever you are. And the power of introverts networking is introverts, and I am not one. I'm kind of an extroverted introvert, or maybe I'm an introverted extrovert. I'm not sure. But what introverts can do, the networking superpower that introverts have, is they listen when other people are talking. And so many people want to be heard and are struggling to be heard that they're all talking over each other and people don't ask good questions, or they listen just to respond, not to really get to know someone. And so I think the introvert's power is introverts listen just to listen, to absorb, to reflect. If you are an introvert, don't let that stop you from going to networking events. There are so many people who want to be listened to. And if you show up and you listen, you can make amazing connections. People will think that you are genuine, that you're sincere, that you are really nice and a good person. I tried this out at another conference I attended where I didn't know anyone. Someone came up to me and started talking, very extroverted, and I just listened. I didn't share much about myself at all. And I could tell she was one of these people that would hop from person to person and just talk. And so I just let her talk. And a little bit later, she grabbed me by the arm. She said, "I want to introduce you to someone." And I had probably said about 5 words to her beyond "my name is Amy." But she took me up to someone else and said, "This is Amy. She's really nice, and I think you two would get along well." And she knew nothing about me except that I had listened to her for a couple of minutes earlier in the day. So it's really easy, I guess, if you're quiet and if you are reflective and if you want to um, have other people come to you to network at these events. And it's okay if you're a little shy or a little nervous. You don't have to be the one to break into a large crowd. Look for somebody else who's hanging back, who's a little like you, who's waiting to be noticed, waiting to be seen. And just go up to them, reach your hand out, and tell them your name and say, I hate these things because I'm introverted. And they'll probably agree with you. And now you've got something to talk about. Great conversation starters are, what brings you to this event? What do you love about your job? What do you like about this industry? Or what are you hoping to take away from this conference or this meeting or this training session? And so if you just have a couple of questions in your back pocket, so to speak, that you want to ask people to get them started, that's a great way to get to know people on a little bit deeper level. My other favorite question is, when do you feel included? And that's maybe not a question right out of the gate unless you're a host of an event. But I offer these little name tags that say, hello, I feel included when. And I use these as conversation starters a lot of times at conferences because people don't know how to break the ice. They don't know how to get beyond what's your name and what do you do? And this helps get to know people on a little bit deeper level. So the next time you're at a conference and you're feeling a little unsure, maybe tell people, hey, my name's Amy, and I'm not really comfortable at conferences all the time. I feel included when people talk to me, even though I kind of stand off by myself. When do you feel included? Maybe we can work together on that. Again, my name is Amy Waninger. I am taking over Tony Cañas's video series while he's on vacation. And if you want to know more about me, you can follow me on LinkedIn. And don't forget to subscribe to Tony's YouTube channel. There might be a link down here somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Have fun. Bye.